Hey everyone, welcome to localhost 3000. So today we are going to see how to send email in a Node.js backend application. And for this particular purpose, we are going to use a popular library, NodeMailer. So let's quickly deep dive into it. Let's create a folder here. So let's name it as email backend, and I will quickly open it using VS Code. Okay, now I will initialize the npm module here. So let it load. Yeah. So npm init, and I will use the default value here. Okay. Also, I will need the express library to create the routes. So I will install the module here. And until like it's installing, let's create our entry file here. So index.js. Just one thing, make sure that this entry file name should be same as here, the file name that's written here in the main. So yeah. That is okay. So our package has been installed. So let's quickly write import the express here, and let's create the app. Okay, and now let's start the server. So app dot listen, and yeah, you got it completely right. It will be starting on the port 3000. So let's log here. Server has been started on port 3000. Okay, now we will start our server here, and I'm using NodeMon here. So NodeMon index.js. Okay, server has been started successfully. Now let's create a dummy route to check whether it's working or not. So let's say app.route, and it will be on the main route, and it will be a get. So okay, let's write request and response, and let's say response.send. Welcome to localhost channel, and yeah. So now changes have been done. So now let's quickly go through whether it's working. So there is a one extension in the VS Code that you can use. You can also use the Postman here, but since it is easy to use, so Thunder client, it's an extension in the VS Code. You can install it, and you can use it to make the request here. So I will localhost and 3000, and yeah. So I got the response. Welcome to localhost. So yeah, it's working completely fine. So now let's create a route that will handle our email thing. So what our route will do, so it will be basically a post request, and let's say it will be a on the route localhost send email, and I will be also passing email in the body. So email, and here I will be writing the email of the user. Yeah. So and I will be making the post request. Currently it's not there. So yeah, let's quickly create this particular route here. So app.route, and it will be send email, and it will be a post. So request and response. So let's fetch the email from the request body. So request.body.email, and let's do a quick console.log whether we are receiving the email or not. Mail, and here I will send this dot sends request receipt. So now let's go through here and make the request. Okay, so we have got undefined here, cannot read undefined image. Okay, we forgot one thing. So here, since we are parsing the body here, so and we haven't mentioned any parser here, like how we are gonna parse the body. So we have to mention a middleware, like since we are using here, as you can see, JSON formatting. So we have to give it a JSON formatter here. So for that purpose, let's say we be app.use and express.json. So it will pass the body here. Now let's save and okay, started. So now send the again. Okay, now it's working, and also we have got the correct email here. Let's say Google Cloud Console, and let me show you how you can fetch the client ID, client secret, and all the necessary details that is gonna require to send the emails. So here quickly, here I've come. So I have to first create a project here. So let's create a new project and make it, let's say, email email service. And okay, there is a email character. Let's create it. Now once the project has been created, go this API and services. Okay, so let's create the credentials here. So click on create credentials. Go to OAuth client ID, and then it will load the client ID page. So first, like it's showing that you have to configure the consent screen. So let's configure the consent screen here. So check external here, then click create, then app name. So let me enter email backend and support mail, enter the like all the required information here. And okay, so leave it as it is, save and continue. On the test user, so this will be basically required on which email you want to send the mail, that you have to add as a test user, because that Google is gonna validate like the email account. So let's add a user here. So I will be using my email from which I will be sending my mail. So I will add it as a test account. Now save and continue. You can add as many as test user here. So yeah, now it's done. So okay, now again go back to credentials and create credentials for client ID, application type, web application, name web client one, let's say. Okay, now here in the authorized redirect URL, you have to enter the playground URL here. So what's the playground here? Developer playground console. Yeah, so you have to copy this URL and then you have to paste it here in the authorized redirect URL. And yeah, that's it. Then click create, and now it will generate a client ID and client secret for you. So you have to quickly note it down. So let me do one thing. I will quickly go here and I will create a env file here in my root directory, and I will initialize first client ID, and I will copy the here ID here and I will paste it here. Then client secrets, and I will copy the secret from here and then to the en file. Yeah. Okay. So now once you have copied it here, you have to go here again in the OAuth 2.0 playground. Go to the setting icons, and here tick this icon. Use your own OAuth credentials. After that, put your client ID and client secret here. So I will copy paste my client ID and client secret here, and then you have to close it. Now go here and check for the Gmail API. So you will find it, yeah, here. And in the Gmail API, select this one and then click on the authorize API. Okay. So now here, as you can see, I got one error, access blocked, authorization error, and the OAuth client was not found. So okay, I have to quickly check here again. Okay, I think I have put wrong client ID here. Okay, I put the client ID and client secret in a wrong field. So sorry for the mistake. Client ID will be here and the client secret should be here. And okay, now close this. Again, now click on the authorize API and okay, so now it's showing access blocked. This app's request is invalid. Okay, so quick go through here. As you can see, like it's showing redirect URI mismatch. So I think here I have done terrible something wrong. Yeah. So here let's remove this from here and save. Okay, now it's saved. Let's go back and select this one. Now click on authorize API. Yeah, so now it's working. So as you can see, like that forward slash, sometimes we put it there and it will result in an error. So don't make this like mistake. So yeah, now I will authorize my account here. And here you will see Google hasn't verified this app. So no worries, just click on the continue. And now it will show the screen. Email backend wants to access your account. Click continue here. Okay, great. So now you have got the authorization code, but that's not, you have to click here, exchange authorization code for tokens. And now when you will be clicking here, you will get the refresh token and the access token. So as you can see here, the access token and refresh token here. So copy this access token and refresh token from here and paste it in your EM file. So access token and then sorry, refresh token. So I will copy it from here and paste it here. Okay. So now this part has been completely done. You have to like we have successfully fetched the client ID, client secret, access token, and refresh token here. I will also add the email here. So I will add my email here. Email. Okay. So now it is done. So now here to access these variables from ENV, we have to install modules here. So first we will be installing NodeMailer, the library that we are going to use. We will be also installing Google APIs. Let's install the modules here. And once, let's wait for a second. And let me till then create a folder here. So let's say I will call it email service.js. Okay, so here now since we have installed all the modules here, so let's first configure the .env here. So require .env and .config, and then I will be also importing NodeMailer. And apart from that, we are also gonna need uh, the Google. So const Google is equal to require Google APIs, right? And now create OAuth here. So const OAuth 2 equal to google.auth.auth 2. Okay. So now OAuth has been created. Now we will be creating the transporter here to send the email. So let's create the transporter here. So const create transporter, and it is going to be a async function here. So okay, so now it will be a basically a async function. So inside the transporter, first we have to like create the OAuth client here. So let's say const OAuth to sorry OAuth to clients and equals to new auth 2, and here. So basically this it will it will need some parameters here. So we will be passing process.env dot client id and client secret, and here we will be passing that playground link that we have initially put in that authorized redirection UI. So it's TPS and it's developers.google.com/OAuth playground. So now we have created the client here. So now we will set the credential here. So OAuth to client dot set credentials, sorry, dot set credentials. So in the credentials, we will be passing the refresh token that we have got from our env dot refresh token. Okay, so now this part has been done. So now since we have created this OAuth client, now we will take like get the access token, the new access token using this refresh token from the OAuth client, saying const access token equal to await new promise, and promise basically, so they have two things, resolve and reject as a callback. So but here it will be like OAuth to client dot get access token, and here basically in the callback it return two things, the error and the token. So here will be error and token. So if there is a error, so we will like simply reject here. So what we will do, we will say like, let's say fail to fetch the access token, and if there is not an error, then we can simply resolve with the token, right? So yeah, so now we have our access token here. So now using this access token, we will be creating the transporter here. So const transporter node mailer dot
अच्छा
node mailer dot create transport, and here we will be basically like passing all the default configuration. So in the service we are using Gmail, then in the auth, so in the auth, in the type we'll be giving the OAuth to sorry Yeah, this one. What to- Yeah, now in the user. So basically, this will be the email from which you want to send the email. So process.env dot email, and then here the access token. We also have the client ID, so that will be process.env dot client ID. We are going to pass client secret. So process.env dot client secret, and now the refresh token. So refresh token. So process.env dot refresh token. So now it's the transporter will be created, and we can simply return this transporter. So let's, instead of creating extra variable, we will be quickly creating the send mail function. So let's say const send email, and will be async, and here we will be accepting the like email options, and say so now here we will create the transporter. So const email, sorry, const transporter, and it will be await create transporter. So now I will get the transporter here, and then what I will do, await transporter dot send mail, and I will pass the email options here. Now to implement the error handling here, what I will do, I will create a try catch block here, and I will move this part here in the try, and then the catch here we can do like console.log, you know. Okay. So now basically whenever there will be an error thrown, it will be catched by your like catch block. So now we can export this function. So module.export send email. Okay, so now this is our complete email service file. So let's quickly to quickly go through over it. We have created the OAuth here. We have then created the first transporter here. Inside the transporter, we have first like initialized the OAuth client. Then using the OAuth client, we have got the access token. Then using the access token and all the other details like client ID and client secret, we have created the transporter and we have returned it. Now in the send email function, we are like creating the transporter, and then we are sending the email using the email options. Okay, so now let's go through our route file. So here, so first we have to import the this send email function here. So const send email require, and here I would say sorry email service. So first, like we have to create the options here for sending the email. So let's say const options. So in the options, so basically, if you go to the NodeMailer website, so they provide a lot of options for sending the message. So for example, here as you can see, we have from to, and we have to subject text, and here like here also we have all. So we are gonna need this much only, like the subject text and to, like from which we are sending and from. So let's quickly create this. So from will be process dot process dot env dot email, and to will be the email whom we are gonna send, then would be subject. So let's say your account has been created, and then there will be text. So let's say, hey there, your account has been created successfully, and I will do thank you, right? So this is our text. So yeah, we have written like prompt, subject, and text here. This must only the required thing here. Okay, so now to get to like access this here, we have to also require the config here. So sorry, require .env .config, and yeah. So now the options have been created. So we will send the email. So send email, and we will pass the options here, and then we can say res.status 200.json. Let's say sorry. Yeah, email has been sent successfully. Also to implement to implement the error handling here, we will wrap it into try catch. So let me wrap it here, and then here I will say res dot status and say 500 and dot json internal error encounter. Okay, so let me reformat this. Yeah, so this is our whole logic here. So basically, we'll be trying to send the email here, and if there will be like any like error will be there, so the catch here, let catch the error also. So the catch here, the 500 status will be thrown. So let's go through and quickly check if it's working or not. So let me first change the email to my email 9, and let's get the request. So okay, so it's saying email has been sent successfully. And okay, so let me go through and check my email here. So I will go to my Gmail and check whether I have been received the mail or not. Okay, great. So here, as you can see, I've got the mail here. So yeah, it's saying, hey there, your account has been created successfully. Thank you. Yeah. So yeah, that's all for today for this video. I will put one GitHub repo link for this whole code base in the description. You guys can like check it out there. Also, let me know in the comments if you have anything in your mind or if you are facing any doubt. Just put it in the comments.
Вона собі шоколадку купила, гадіна. З'їла сама шоколадку. А я що робить? А що, мені дивиться, як вона їсть шоколад, я теж може хочу шоколад. Задумала, мені дуже шоколад. Я дуже хочу шоколад. Я дуже хочу